Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA in the Dallara P217. Let's get into it. A couple cars turned around here in turn 1 and after turn 1. Looks like we're starting this race in P7 today. Strength of the field is a 2054. We're coming into this race with a 2152 rating. It is a 35-minute race. We'll need to stop at least once for fuel. A license requirement for entry. This is multi-class racing. You can see the GTDs, also known as GT3s, behind us there. We're in the LMP2 prototype class. And in the lead class is the GTP hypercars. Still right there with the car in front of us. I think we're up to 6th in our class currently. See, it's a very clear track behind us right now. Staying in the draft. Not actually too worried about the draft right now. Sticking to our racing line. A little bit of smoke up ahead. What's going on? Hypercar off the track on the inside there. We have made the pass, but they're going to be coming back at us soon. We're going to keep up with 5th place in our class right now. Hypercar looking to make the pass. They have done it. Coming into the final corners here. The bus stop chicane. A little bit of a separation between us and 5th place now. They're going to have the GTP car interrupting them around turn 1. Not quite. No, they held off. We're still 6th in our class here. Hypercar should go by now. Oh, the hypercar losing it again off the track. It looks like they towed it this time. Probably took damage. Thankfully, staying out of our way this time. Maybe we've closed in just a little bit on 5th place in our class in front. Just about a second behind right now. Because it's a little bit of a longer track, the pit window is a little bit shorter than some others. It isn't open yet. You can see 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th there in the LMP2 class. Maybe the leader of the GT3 just poking out at the end there. That might have been another LMP2 car getting back through the field finally. Not 100% sure. I didn't get to see him for very long. We'll find out later, maybe. I think we may have lost a little bit of time right now. Maybe we can close that up by the end of the lap. We'll see. Pretty clear track in front and behind right now. We're going to close the gap to 5th place in our class. 3rd and 4th battling up there. Just a few seconds ahead right now. Yeah, the car behind's a little bit closer now. It looks like it's a GTP hypercar behind us. If I'm right, I think it's a BMW. We don't have any other manufacturers for our class, the LMP2, and this is a fixed setup, so we're pretty well on equal footing all around. We're just about 10 minutes into the race now. You can see that hypercar closing in on us slowly. last hypercar that had an issue around us was a Porsche, so this is a different car here. I'm not sure what happened. I think that this was one of the victims of turn 1. They had finally gotten turned back around and caught back up to our class. That was a huge loss there in turn 1. They were spun around backwards. I guess the GT3s were close enough that they couldn't get spun around in time. Speaking of GT3s, we have one coming out of the pits now. We're going to pass them on the outside here. It's a Ferrari. All 3 classes in one shot already early on in the race, I feel like. Looks like we're catching the GT3 class. Not sure if they were pitting or what. The car behind us did. Well, 2 cars back anyway. It is probably an open pit window for the GT3s, but not us yet. At the end of this lap or next one, I think. Hypercar behind has yet to catch and pass us. They should be able to get by soon. GT3s ahead though. We've got a McLaren in front of us now. Catching them quick. We're going to go by on the inside here. Back in front of the hypercar. They are being patient behind us right now. Gonna have to wait for the right opportunity to go by. Here should be a good one. A lot of smoke in the air. Looks like some people hitting the gravel and whatnot, going in the dirt. More GT3s just ahead, side by side. Oh, that GT3 doesn't have a front end anymore. Hard braking inside line coming to the bus stop. GT3's right behind us. We're going to pull into the pits. This should be a pretty quick fuel stop. And we're off. Looks like we have a pretty clear track behind us right now. We decided to pull in as early as possible, catching the GT3 traffic. We didn't want to deal with it early. They're going side by side a lot in front of us, holding us up. As well as with those GTPs that had an issue early on. They were struggling to get back by. Gonna have a pretty clear track for a little while now. I know our panel says 6th in our class. I don't think that's what we are currently. We have made our early pit stop. We'll see what position we're in when we come up here. All right, across the line, it says we're 7th in our class. I think the 8th car had an issue at the start. They may have just quit right away. Trying to get by this GT3 car. Way in the back of their field, giving us a bit of an issue, not giving us a lot of room. Another GT3 car just ahead. Looks like a McLaren. We're going to pass on the inside here. Side by side in the corner. We've made that pass before, though. Last lap with traffic at 2:07.299. Not the fastest, but it is with traffic. Catching some more traffic just ahead, a BMW GTD. closing in on another GT3 car just ahead as the sun's coming out. It's a Mercedes-Benz in front of us. We'll be flashing our lights, passing them soon. McLaren just ahead. LMP2 car coming out of the pits, going to block us immediately. Running around the outside of the LMP2 and the McLaren there getting by. Risky passes there. We're doing what I think we need to stay in front of this car. Another GT3 just ahead. Looks like another McLaren. Pit window is probably going to be coming to a close soon. Some more GT3s just ahead. Staying in front of the car behind us now. They were in front before. I think we've had an advantage of being pretty clear of traffic for a while. Gapping the car behind us a little bit more. Going to pass the GT3 on the inside coming into the final corners here. It'll still leave one more GT3 between us and the car behind right now. Race though. Currently up to 5th in our class. Seems like a couple of other cars have made their pit stops now, trying to defend our position here in 5th. Catching another GT3 in front of us. Looks like a McLaren again. That'll put the car behind us, behind the GT3, going through those S's. Not the best spot to be in. That'll open up the gap a little bit more here. Going to be tight with that GT3 coming out of that corner. We've opened up the gap. A little bit of smoke up ahead. Don't see any issues at the moment. A little more than a second gap to the car behind. Still 5th in our class. Looking to close the gap now to 4th. Some GTPs catching from behind as we're catching GT3s in front still. It's going to start to get busy here near the end of the race. GT3 is going to pull into the pits as we're catching up to them. BMW hypercar behind us now. We're going to have a clear track in front. Hypercar couldn't catch and pass on the main straight. We're going to have to wait for them to get by here. We're going to actually block and keep them behind us so they don't slow us down. We want to keep that gap to the car in front. Now we'll courteously get over to the side and let them by. They're not really in any battle with the GTPs, so 9th place in the GTP class there. We've opened up the gap again to the car behind. We are much quicker through some of those sectors back there, and they have us somewhere else, it seems. Not 100% certain where, but we're going to be able to stay in front for now at least. With just about 5 minutes to go in the race, how many laps we do will depend on where the leader is when time expires, and I mean the race leader. It'll be the leader in the GTP class. Still 5th in our class, no sight of 4th yet. Fairly clear track in front and behind. Got one GT3 coming up. Looks like the back end of their car is missing. We're going to try the outside and then the inside. It's like they're blocking us. Insane. I was flashing my lights like crazy there too. I don't know what was going on. Catching another GT3 car here. Just about a minute left to go on the clock. I do not know where the leader is. Next lap will probably be the last one. Still 5th in our class right now. Trying to find 4th. We have finished the race. All right. We started the race in 7th. We finished in 5th. Our rating went from a 2152. We lost 15 points. We're at a 2137 now. That wasn't too bad, though. Pretty clean race for us. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.